Nobody is trying this ping driver in 2022. Everybody should try this ping driver, I think at least once in their golfing career. Major winning. An overall legend of a club in the game. And the best bit is it's finally come back down in price after all the influx of new golfers over the last 2 years, that I can now stand here and say for 60, 50, 70 pounds, even if it's a new toy to play with, you should go out and buy it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not the first person to say, oh, ping golf clubs are really good, go and try their drivers. But when it comes to price versus performance, which is what we're going to look through this video, there's not a model older that would be cheaper, or a model that's newer, which would be more expensive, that would beat this pound for pound driver. Just listen to the sound of this thing. The easiest way of describing this driver is like getting an old Mustang. The new versions don't quite sound like the old ones, and that's not to say the new ones haven't made tinkering and improvements here, there and everywhere, but let's all be honest, you can find an old beaten up Mustang for not that much money and still have a lot of good fun with it. Let's briefly talk about performance, because the whole point of this video and saying this driver's underrated is because it's near on 15 years old. You can pretty much get £50 for the driver, £70 if you want it tonight for next day delivery. Yet with the numbers I'm producing, okay, bit spinny, bit high launching because it's 10.5 and a regular flex shaft, but I'm still getting 170 miles an hour ball speed with 115 plus mile an hour club head speed. When I start stepping on it, and I kind of went a bit after it, I got 122 miles an hour, and that was pushing on 180 miles an hour ball speed. To be clear, this is a driver that's 15 years old, and I don't think there's any driver that come out this year that if I was to swing at 122 miles an hour, I'm going to get more than 185 miles an hour ball speed. Therefore, we're talking 7 miles an hour ball speed, potentially 10 yards over 15 years, and those drivers are going to be an extra £400. That's what I mean by underrated. I am of course talking about the Ping G10 driver, which to be honest has been quite overpriced over the last couple of years, but we'll have a look at price towards the end of this video and what you should be expecting to buy it for, because it's a great driver when it comes to tech. You can see how deep the face is, which is unlike pretty much all the modern day drivers you see nowadays. They're a lot wider, trying to promote that forgiveness. However, I'd still say the Ping G10 is one of the most forgiving drivers up there on the market, as well as great sounding and feeling. And considering I got this for £10, I bought a job lot of clubs, £60 for 6 clubs, and I got this for £10. And to be honest, I've had a look at some recently sold on eBay. You're not going to be too far off getting it close to a £50 note. And with its history and performance, whether you're bored or just looking for a new driver for the bag, it's a bit of a no-brainer for me, really. So who exactly is this driver for? And this is why I like the old school G series, and specifically the G10, because it has such a deep face, because there's a good variety of shaft and lofts available. You could easily find one of these 7.5, 8.5 with an X flex shaft in it, which is absolutely going to blow the smoke off a good portion of fairways across the country. Or if you're just starting the game, potentially you want to have a look at something like I've got here, 10.5 regular flex, even 12 degree, and the ball is climbing, and you're going to get some high launching shots just like I have here. And the reason this driver now gets my underrated card isn't because it's any worse or better than the G15, the G20, the G25, but because it's that much cheaper on average. Unless you get lucky on a Facebook or a Gumtree deal, these maroon coloured drivers just go for almost twice as much, £100, £110. Okay, enough messing about. Not only are we going to look at sold listings, but I quickly want to show you some buy it nows. That's the whole point. I'll show you an accessible driver that you can get at a decent price. $69.95, too expensive. Do not spend that kind of money on one of these drivers. This is more like it. If it's in good condition, 10.5. This is the draw version, so this is a bit more offset, for example. So for you guys to have a bit of a slice, potentially go down that route. But again, £61, best offer. I think you could probably get £50 all included. Don't buy mine. You can see mine listed there. Don't buy mine. That's just unethical. Again, if it's in decent oh, this could be same shaft as well. Same shaft regular. This is exactly the same. Oh, that's the only issue with a lot of Ping drivers and this period. So many bag wear marks. To be fair, a lot of buy it nows are still going for a premium amount of money. You could actually make a bit of money here if you get a decent one. Non-professional seller at auction, £41. Is that included? So £50 altogether, including postage. Here, this is a great little buy. Whoever got this for 20 quid, one absolute steal if you have a shaft for it. Again, auction, £43, £49, £40 again here at auction. So all I'm saying is put it on your watch list, save list. If you want a new little toy or something a bit more forgiving, potentially one evening this week, next week, or in the month, you might be able to get one of these for £40, £50, which, to be honest, you're never really going to lose any money on. Guys, if you like this video, you might like this one up here on the left hand side. Catch you guys later.